This week, U.S. and Iranian nuclear negotiations continued in Istanbul. For the fourth time in 4 months, we've still got sanctions on Iran. The world seems to think that they're working, but are they really? Joining me now to discuss this, Assistant Wall Street Journal features editor David Feith. David, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
David, we had an editorial on this week. Sanctions, are they meaningful? Do they matter? What's going on? Are they working?
Unfortunately, it's hard to say with confidence that they are. As you said, the world seems to think that they are. The Obama administration insists that they are. European leaders and many others say that they are. But when you look really at the essence of the thing, we've just had the sanctions come into effect after 6 months, and it turns out that all 20 of Iran's major trading partners are actually exempt from these sanctions.
And these are sanctions on what? Mostly on energy, on financial transactions, on what?
These are sanctions primarily on the Iranian oil market. So the idea is to hurt the Iranian economy and force the Iranian government to be more cooperative by undermining its main product, which is oil. And so stopping sales to buyers all across the world, in Europe and in China and in elsewhere. The problem is these sanctions are built such that the Obama administration can exempt any countries that, by the Obama administration's own definition, have already significantly reduced their purchases of Iranian oil.
Okay, so the big question, does it does or does not stop Iran from getting the bombs, sanctions as they are today?
Exactly, and the fact is,
it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Okay, so what measures could we take, David? Are there any sanctions that we could put in place that would achieve that goal of a non-nuclear, keeping them from getting the bomb?
Well, one thing that can be done is don't exempt major countries. A country like China, that is China's biggest buyer of oil, shouldn't be allowed to maintain its purchases at 80% or 75% as it is today. Another thing is banking sanctions could actually be made stronger. There's been some progress there, but they could yet be stronger. There's also naming and shaming, essentially. Western companies should have to disclose any and all business they do in Iran. If this were done, one imagines the countries would be less willing to do business of all sorts. There's even more that can be done, for example, with shipping. European and American law can be changed so that any company, any port that wants to receive ships can certify that no ships that it receives have been at Iranian ports for the past 36 months, for example. This is an effort that several officials from the U.S. and Israel and elsewhere have proposed. None of these things is moving along, though, and only the sanctions are, which have major loopholes in them.
Well, thank goodness we have one watchdog, at least, on this topic. That's you, David, Assistant Features Editor of the Wall Street Journal, David Feith. Please keep an eye on the story for us, and we're going to look for
Certainly.
updates from you in the weeks and months to come.
Sure.
Thank you.